Well, hello everybody. The Blenduary word of the day today is spider. I'm still very happy about the piece that I made yesterday, and I want to do more with it. But today's word is spider. I kind of wanted to make like a little close-up of a spider with all the details, but I just don't have the time or the patience to do that all in one day. So today what I thought I would do is just make spider web. I think I'm going to use a cloth modifier and geometry nodes, but this is how I'm going to make the spider web. Add a few loop cuts. I'll try to do a few things to make it look more organic. Move one of these layers in so that they match with the other one. Merge them by distance. That way it's technically a spiral. And then I think what I'll do is I'll just select all of this stuff in here, and let's see if I can bring up the fill. We can try grid fill. I have noticed in the references that I looked up, spiders start out with a spiral, but then in the middle kind of do something different. Instead of grid fill, let's just try regular fill. Okay, I guess grid fill is better. So we'll go back to the grid fill. So what I want to do now is I want to turn on proportional editing to random. I'm going to kind of ruffle up this so it's kind of crazy. But then after I've done that, I'm going to select the whole thing. Let's see, smooth, if it'll work. Oh, I clicked on the wrong smooth. Let's try shading. Smooth vectors. Do we not have that capability anymore? If not, I don't know how I'm gonna smooth vectors. I don't think that's what I want. Is that something that's changed since I last used that tool? Smooth vertices. Better be what I want. Yeah, try that again. It's interesting. Oh, you know what? I need to save this, of course. See if I can delete only faces. Let me take the whole thing and let me just subdivide it once. Duplicate that, ruffle some of this up so we get a little bit of doubling. Try to not move it too much, because what I'm going to do is merge these back together again. Merge by distance. Turn up that distance a little bit very carefully. Duplicate this again. Random proportional editing. Merge by distance again. Shape out this web a bit, like it's kind of up in a corner, I guess. But what I want to do is I want to have this all like this, maybe. So now what I want to do is select a few of the ones that are like on the corners. In geometry nodes, well, I guess I don't need geometry nodes for that. I can just add a subdivision surface modifier. Good grief, getting so reliant on geometry nodes. Now what I'm hoping that I can do, add a cloth sim. These ones that I selected, add them to a group, call this pin, and let's assign those there. So that way those will be holding the web up, whatever our spider has built it on. So let's add a cloth. Somewhere here there should be pin group. That's what we want. Okay, so now, yeah, okay. It's falling way too much. We want it to be more stiff than that, but at least it's being held up in the correct way. Well, kind of. Let me redo my group really quick here. So let's move. We'll try that. Let's assign that. Now let's see what that does. Yeah, let's turn the compression down to like 2. I really don't know what settings are right. Tension up to like 10,000. I really don't know what I'm doing. That does look better. Oh, it's actually kind of pulling in on itself. That's interesting. At a certain frame. That looks good. That looks like a spider web. Turn this down to maybe 4,000. I am going to go with it. Apply my subsurf, and then I'll apply the cloth. Let me position the camera sort of looking down upon the web. So now comes making it look like an actual web, give it some thickness. We could do that a couple of different ways. What I think I will do, mesh to curve. So then let's go curve to mesh. How big is this web? Because I'm also going to be using depth of field. Let's make this whole web like a foot. Scale all of it down. So now let's take a curved circle, turn this resolution down to the lowest it can be. See what that looks like in the render. It might be just a tad too thick. So let's make it like 50 micrometers. See, I was right. I know my units. Do something nice with the background too. I guess I will use the sky texture, maybe some kind of morning sun. Now what I want to do is add little water droplets. I'm going to use my clearness shader that I used in a couple videos ago, or the last video, or for the crystal video 2 videos ago. Make the IOR 1.33. Set material, distribute points on faces, instances on points, and then we're going to use a icosphere. We'll just have it have a higher subdivision in the render. Is viewport switch, and let's set this to integer. We need a shade smooth too. That should be good for the render, but in the viewport we'll just have it have 1 subdivision. To use this as the instance, scale that way down 1 millimeter. I guess we need to turn up the density. Let's do a random value. Yeah, that works. Smallest will be like that, and the biggest will be turn up the density. We can get a bunch of water droplets on here, except I want it to look like some of the water droplets are like on top or like hanging underneath or something. Let's have another random, but let's set this to vector. Plug that into the offset. Look that in, multiply this. So I want to mess around with the material of the web. Let's add a translucent, add shader, add this translucent. That way it has light glowing through it. Maybe we'll make it just a tad yellow. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, except I did that to the wrong material. I did that to the water droplet. So let's Control C, Control X to get rid of it. Let's go to our web material. Control V that in. We'll plug this into the top and plug that in there. We'll move. Now let's render. I just think the web is still too thick. What would happen if we made the radius like 5 micrometers? What I will also do is turn on depth of field. Let's do 0.1 meter. Oh, there we go. 20 centimeters would be like the middle of the web. So let's see what we like best. Probably going to be super blurry because it's such a tiny little scene. Let's turn the f-stops. What is it? Up or down? I forget. 1 maybe? See if that makes it less blurry. Maybe that makes it more blurry. Well, I guess we could read the tooltip. Lower numbers give more defocus. Higher numbers give a sharper image. Oh, okay. So let's make this like 10. Now, before I go much further, I am actually going to start modeling our spider. Let me just turn this modifier off. All the dewdrops and everything is making my computer a little slow. So let's merge this all together. And that is a huge spider. It's 7 feet long. Well, its leg span is 7 feet long. Its body is about 1 meter long. But don't worry, arachnophobes, we are going to scale this little fellow down. 2.5 centimeters. Oh yeah, that's way too big of a spider. If you're arachnophobic and you say that spider's too big, I would agree. Not because I'm afraid of spiders, although I'm not a fan of spiders, but I don't hate them either. And I don't have a material on her, so let's make her a little yellow spider. A little translucent as well. Oh yeah, I need to turn my web stuff back on because I had that turned off so it wouldn't be so slow. I wanted the spider to be out of focus so I wouldn't have to worry about adding too much detail, but that is just really ridiculous. So let me move her way over, put her right there. Let's just try that. Yeah, now it looks like she's just kind of creeping in. I want underneath to be green with grass. Let's do a noise. I suppose it's all going to be out of focus, so it kind of doesn't matter. Hue and saturation, and we'll start with a green color. Separate XYZ, and I'll use the generated less than 0 on the Z. And what this will do is this will isolate the ground, like the part below the horizon, so that we'll still have the sky above. Mix color, use that as the factor, and we'll use this to give us some nice variation in the background. Duplicate this XYZ so we can separate the red, green, and blue. X in the hue, Y in the saturation, Z in the value. Refine this, map range nodes, mix node, mix this to 0.5 so we can control exactly how much. I'm only going to do 2 more things. Mess with the background just a tad more. Window distance, I think. Math node set to power. Subtract, I'll have to kind of invert that. Subtract 1 minus this, which is the same thing as inverting. Multiply add. In order to add sun rays in the background, I think I can do this fairly simply. Add a cube, put it under our web, kind of point the cube at the sun. What I should be able to do is add a material to this such that the surface has a gobo on one side, or basically like fake leaves creating like a shadow. I will do a surface transparent. We want just this side to have fake leaves casting shadows. The normal, separate XYZ noise texture, multiply by this, and that way we just have stuff there. Less than, plug this into our transparent, then what we should get is, well, something that's, is that? Oh, that's translucent. We need transparent. Get away, translucent. Be gone with you. Oh. That's a problem. Okay, actually, okay, never mind. We're going to do this a totally different way. Plug generated into this, greater than 0.999, so we get just that edge. If we now put a volume scatter on the inside, and if we set this to me scattering for cloud, for like fog in the background, there is dewdrops on the web, so I guess that dew has to come from somewhere. I want the sun rays to like be coming in that angle, so let me rotate the cube that way. Let me move the sun around so it's coming in that direction. Yeah, we do. We get some little sun rays. And I'm going to save this because I can feel my computer going slow. Maybe I could just add a branch kind of swooping in there and add some more detail to the spider. I did say I was going to add a twig or a branch in the background. Let me just do that really quick. Add another plane. We'll merge it at the center. Move this here. Put that there. Put it in there. Like that and that over here. Skin modifier. Just a little bit more. Let's make sure that's shaded smooth. Another subdivision surface modifier. Make this a bit more crooked. Geometry nodes modifier. I added a material, which I didn't mean to do, but actually it's a good thing. Grayish roughness will go all the way up, and the diffuse roughness will be all the way up. And then we'll add a noise texture in a little bit later. Set position. We'll use a noise texture. Plug that into the offset scale. A very squiggly branch. And then add a texture. Bump node noise. Plug that in here. The height. Something like that. See what that looks like. So I think that's good enough for a day's work. I'm just going to do a few final touches. If I notice anything else that I want to change, I'll do that after the recording. So you'll see the end results, and then after that, you'll see the bloopers. Thank you so much for watching. Recently, I just surpassed 1,000 subscribers, so thank you to everyone who has subscribed. If you like what I do and you want to subscribe, then of course you know what to do, with the hopes of building this channel up so that maybe I can make a living off of it someday. But other than that, let's see the final results, and then we'll see the crazy bloopers. Ready? You better be ready. A little bit of stuff going on over here. Who cares? Just start. Oops, that's geometry nodes. Shaders is where we want that. Notifications on my phone. Actually, I should have that up here for references. And while that's refining, I'm going to get some leases. Yeah, that looks more realistic. Ouch! Oh, the fuel. More fuel. And I'll get some more milk and some more Reese's peanut butter cups. I'm making a spider web. I can't help but get that stupid song stuck in my head. There I go again with the stupid song in my head. Oh, I pressed Control S instead of Control A, so I saved it instead of doing the thing I wanted to do, but saving it is actually a good thing to do. See, there's another happy little accident. Bob Ross was right. There I go again, pressing Control S instead of Control A, because I guess it's just muscle memory. And if you have arachnophobia, I apologize, because I am making a spider right now, but it's a friendly spider. It's a happy spider. If you have ever seen Lucas the Spider, that will maybe make you feel a little bit better about spiders, but I don't know, maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. I don't know what kind of spider this is, but I don't really care. Normally I would, because I want everything to be just right, but I don't care, because I only have a day to do this crud. Oh, there goes that song again. There goes that song again, stuck in my doggone head. Sure she's still on her web, and she's not. She's wandering off. Come on back, little spider. I know you can hang from your thread, but... Oh, I did not mean to do that. I didn't know what I did. Let me back in. Okay, is everything cool? I just hit a key on my keyboard and I had to type my password to get back into my computer, so hopefully the recording is still fine. I do Windows K or I don't know what that was. Where we, whoops, that's actually definitely not what I wanted. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. Oops, sorry, Mr. Mike. Actually, I could have brought that microphone up closer, but oh well, it's a little late now. Almost done with the whole bloomin' video. So let's go to our little web, which we should name, so I can be sure to find it. And let me turn the... Oh, no, that's actually the spider. See, that's why I should name things. That way I can find them in the future. This one is web. That gives us some interesting rainbow colors on the outside, which is not what I intended. Kind of interesting. Yeah, like a little bit of blue around the edges. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's kind of cool. I did not intend to make the colors even stranger, but if I just leave it subtle, maybe it actually does make it look kind of cool. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that's the noise texture. That's not the sky texture. Good grief. Okay, where is the sky texture? My goodness. Okay, here's the sky texture. Oops. Hit the microphone again. Someone in this house likes to play music, and now I have that music in my head. How long have I been recording? 2.5 hours. Goodness. Okay. Wow, how about that? Crazy bloopers. Always bloopers. Always bloopers. But that's what makes life more fun. Like Bob Ross says, happy accidents, I guess.